Good evening. You know what time it is? It's coffee time. That's right, with Michael Sanchez. How's everyone doing today? It's been a awesome day, beautiful day, nice and sunny. A little warmer than it was yesterday, that's for sure. So I really enjoyed that. They didn't do too much out there, but that's all right. Anyway, it's gonna be a good show today. I got author Elke O'Donnell supposed to be coming in to talk about her book, The Trouble with Empaths. Sounds like an interesting title. It's a new book she's got out there. We'll talk about that, and I'm excited to learn more about it, especially you guys out there who follows her work. I got Lala 71 Lorraine Carey. She's here as well, and I got author Eva Bielby all the way from the UK. She's here as well. So while we wait for Elke, see if we can get them in here and talk with them. Hey, Lorraine, you there?
I'm there, Michael. How are you?
I'm good. How you feeling?
Well, the allergies are still here. I thought the rain would wash everything away, but wasn't that lucky. The landscapers came today, and
Ooh,
the cut grass, and then they take those humongous weed blowers and they blow everything around. So I think that made it worse.
yep.
It always
Eva,
does.
hey, Eva.
Hi, Michael. Hi,
Hey,
Lorraine.
Hello, Eva.
Hi.
how's it going over there?
Um, the UK today, we started the morning with quite a thick fog,
Ah,
and usually that can be a sign of a nice hot sunny day coming, but alas, it was not meant to be. It stayed quite dreary,
Oh.
but no rain or wind or anything, but yeah, a little bit overcast.
gotcha. All right, I see Elke out there. Let's see if we can get her in here. See if she can get in here so we can hear from her. Elke, come on down. Hey, Elke. She's there. I see her. I see her. I see her there in the studio. Come on, hit the right button. I just sent you an invite. Oh, she just stepped away. You see that? Did you see that, guys? There she goes
No,
again.
I don't see her in the chat.
She's
No, I
there.
don't see her in the shot either.
Really? She's in the listeners area. I don't know. You guys see that on your side?
I don't see that on my end, Michael.
Interesting.
No,
She's
me
there. I
neither.
see her. Elkie, hit the invite, Elkie. So that way, get the opportunity to talk. Yeah, she's having trouble, guys.
Aw.
Oh,
Yeah, she's
bless
right
her.
there. I see her
She's
right
such
there. Do you
a
see?
yeah, she's such a sweetheart and such a talented writer.
Yeah. I believe I had her here before, so
Yes, you did.
she's having some kind of issue over there on her side.
You
She'll try
did.
again. Yeah, but Lorraine, yeah, I know about that allergy stuff. It's brutal.
Oh,
It's brutal.
and let me tell you, Florida is
Yeah,
not the place to be if you have allergies.
yeah, it's not cool at all.
Not cool at
Elkie,
all.
yeah, Elkie, come on, hit the button there. Come on now, we're waiting. We are waiting for
See if
you.
I could message her. Do you want
Yeah,
me to
see,
message on my? Let me get on the laptop and see if I can't.
see what you can do. She's right there. I see her.
Do you? Let me
Yeah,
see if I
I
can't
see her.
message her. Hold on.
See Eva. See technology. See how it goes.
I know. Bloody
Elkie, where are
technology.
you? She was in my inbox.
Bloody technology. Come on,
There she is.
Elkie.
Okay, I'm typing to her right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, she's right there. I see her. Yeah. Come on in. If I could just grab her and say, "Come on," it'll be all right. But can't do that.
She said she doesn't see the button he's talking about.
Really?
Hit the invite. Wait.
Hit the invite. Yeah.
Okay, she says she doesn't see the button you're talking about. Wonder why she doesn't have an invite button.
Yeah. I mean, she's been here before, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if she can get in now.
Yeah. I don't think much has changed since the last time she got here.
I don't think so. Let's
Yeah,
see. We'll go back to the show here.
yeah,
I
yeah. She keeps
don't see
going
her in
in.
the chat.
Yeah. Elke, come on in.
She didn't go back. She's here in Florida. She's in Tampa, so she's very close to me. So
So yeah. I mean, maybe she should have joined you, and that way,
mm.
I don't know, made it easier for her. I don't
Okay,
know.
she says I clicked on the link he sent, but it sends me to the show. Hold on.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me read her message here. Her message is when but it says she wants to know, is there a different link?
No, she used the one that the email that was sent to her from Podbean. She uses
Okay, I'm typing to use the one from the email, one from the email.
from the
Okay.
Podbean.
It says click here to join the show.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
says
that.
that's
Yep.
the one. She says that's the one that she used.
Interesting.
Oh,
Interesting. See,
Odd.
we need
this
to check out
reminds
there.
me. This reminds me of the first time I was on your
Wait,
show,
I have an
Michael.
idea. Hold
Yeah,
on, I
yeah.
And
have
it
an
took it
idea.
took me 10 minutes to get in.
Oh, I remember you. I have an idea. Hold on, I'm working on something.
Got you, got you.
I gotta
See,
find her again. Eva, no, I'm trying. I'm going in Eva's box. Oh my lord!
we need a live tech. Is there a live tech out there? Anybody?
Anybody live tech?
Anybody? Anyone?
See, I gotta go to
Anybody?
Michael's box and send him that link that he sent me.
Yeah.
So let's try this. Okay, I sent her the link that you sent me, Michael. So let's see if she clicks on that.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's
cause
see. Somebody to click on this. Okay.
yeah, I keep seeing
Click.
her. Hey,
We're gonna get her in there. I just sent her the link that you sent me. That might work.
all
We'll
right.
see. She's gonna try.
Elke, Elke, get
She's
in
typing.
here.
She's typing. She's typing back to me. Yeah, you got to hear about her book. I mean, it's really good. The new book that she's got out right now.
Well, that's why I'm here. What's up? What's up?
Do you see her now?
She's there. I can see her in the listeners box.
Okay. She said no difference, but she's going to try one more thing.
She's using her phone or her laptop.
Oh, let me ask. Are you on your phone? Oh, she's on the laptop. Oh, see, that won't work.
Yeah, get off the laptop. Yeah, get off the laptop.
Okay, let me say use phone. Use
Use the
phone
phone.
home.
Yeah. Use the phone. Yeah, these laptops. Yeah, they don't help. Even though I'm using a laptop on my side in the studio, but see, I got control of that. I don't have
Yeah,
to.
I could never get in on the laptop. I always have to get in on my phone. I just go to Podbean and then I find you pop up right away. So,
Yeah.
Same here. I can't do it on my laptop either.
okay, so
Yeah.
let's
Everyone
see.
that's tried has had issues with it. That's why I was
Right,
advising to use the phone.
right. You got to use the phone. I think it's an app that is designed for the phone.
Yep. Yeah, I believe so. Elke.
Oh, I wanted to talk about the book because I enjoyed it because, I know Eva and I are both empaths, and to read a story that is about an empath was really interesting.
Now, does she practice that? Does she? Is
I
she an
don't
empath?
know. I met Elke in Cayman. Elke was my writing coach when I moved to Cayman. I joined her writing group called K Writers, and we would meet live, maybe like once or twice a month at Books and Books, and she would coach us and give us ideas, and she really was the one that got me started with my writing. So I really
Wow.
owe a lot to Elke. She's been a real godsend.
So that's been quite a while. You've known each other for quite a while.
We have. We
Yeah.
really
How
have.
long? How long you've been writing? How long have you done that?
Me?
Yes.
I'd say probably 15 years.
But y'all known each other for quite a spell. 15 years.
Hmm
Wow.
You know, she did some really cool things for me. You know, when I wrote Jonathan's Locket down there, she got me at the Cayman Book Fair. She knew someone, she got me a full page ad in the Cayman Airways flight magazine, which was awesome.
Nice.
Wow.
I
It's nice
know.
to
I
have friends
still have
like
that
that.
magazine. It's so cool.
It's nice to have friends like that. Now you
Isn't
got you in life.
it?
Yeah, pretty cool.
It is. And it's nice to have friends that are in high places. And she was real popular on the island. Everybody knew her, and it was
Wow.
just a really good connection and a good person to meet.
Now, E- Eva, is it Eva or
There
Ava?
she is.
Which is it?
Oh,
She's
hi,
here.
okay, she's
Hi,
there.
can
Hey,
you see me? Oh my goodness.
you got echoes. You got something going on there.
Wow.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I'm just going to turn it up a little bit. Okay. I can't see myself, but I guess maybe you can see me. I don't know.
Right, you're there. It says your name. No photo, but it's you.
Okay, sounds good. Sorry
All
about
right
that.
then.
I could have sworn I was on my laptop the first time I was on the show, but it's all good. That explains why it didn't work.
That's all right. Technology, you know how that goes.
Oh, I do.
All right now. All right. Well, I'm gonna put the ladies on mute real quick while I chat with you, and then I'll come back in.
That sounds good.
All right. All right, ladies, I'll put you on mute. Okay. So, the trouble with impasse. How did you come about the story?
Actually, it started with the characters. They were part of the original story that I wrote over 20 years ago. And actually, it's probably longer than that, but we'll say 20 years ago. And they were secondary characters. And I just fell in love with them and loved them so much that I decided that they needed to have their own story. And also, my beta readers also loved them. They're like, are they going to get their own book? So it kind of just reinforced that. But as far as the empaths part of it, that was sort of unintentional. The original story did not have, which was the trouble with soulmates, did not have sort of empathic gifts. I didn't look at them that way. My main character, she was a prophetic dreamer and a very lucid dreamer. She could control her dreams, and I really didn't think of that as anything amazing or special. But I think one of my beta readers was like, "Oh, that's a really cool gift," and I was like, "Oh." And that kind of got me thinking. And then I thought, well, if I'm going to do it 3 books, I'm going to need to make it consistent. And I thought, okay, what other gifts can the characters have? And this particular main character who has the gift, who is an empath, actually was very understanding, very sympathetic, and just a really wonderful listener. And I thought, oh yeah, he would be great. And that kind of tied in with him being an empath, and that's kind of how it morphed into the story.
So, what inspired you?
Inspired the book, I would say the first story. The original story was, oh my goodness, it's so long ago I can't even remember now. I think it was probably, I used to be, I'm not so much anymore, but I used to be a really vivid dreamer. I would have these very intense, real, vivid dreams. Not that I could control in the sense of how to create them, but if I could move through them is the best way to explain it. And that's kind of how I got the idea. And I thought, oh, what if a person could actually control their dreams? And what if they met their soulmate in their dream? And then I had a few years later, I had a pretty intense dream with somebody that I had never met before. And usually when people are in my dream, they're usually people I know. And this particular person, I never met them, and they never showed up in my life after that, which normally that happens if I dream about someone. It's usually somebody I know. And if it's somebody I don't know or I've never really seen before, I see them later on. And that didn't happen in this case. And it was just a really unique experience. And that's kind of how the story came about.
Gotcha. So you developed the characters from the dreams of your dreams.
Hmm.
Ah,
That's where the story idea came from.
Gotcha. Any part of those characters you?
Um, a little bit. The character from the first story, Trouble with Soulmates. A little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit.
Gotcha. Now, well, you know that your good friend there, Lorraine, is an empath. What did
Yes.
you think about that when you found out she was?
Um, I'm not that surprised, to be honest. I can see that about Lorraine. Just in talking with her and just especially in her stories that she's written, it just seemed like she was very insightful and really picked up on things around her and the people around her. So, and her characters are like that as well too. So that's really not that surprising.
Gotcha. So, how long did it take you to write this third book?
This particular book took, ooh, let me think about that. Oh my goodness. Probably about 4 months.
That's not bad. Not
No.
bad. I've been working on a book for 2.5 years. Good
Well, if
Lord.
it makes you feel any better, the first book took over 20 years. So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah. This is actually book two. And then book three took me probably about 2 months. So
Wow. So,
I'm
how
not
was your
100%
schedule
finished,
like?
but pretty close. Pardon?
How was your schedule like in writing this book?
Oh, writing every day. When I'm full on want to finish a book, I write every day.
Ah.
Yeah.
Now, at a specific area, location, what?
I usually write, I have kind of a weird writing schedule. I write in the mornings, I write for 30 minutes at lunch, and then I write in the evenings for about an hour. So an hour in the morning, 30 minutes for lunch, and an hour in the evenings is usually what I try to get. And then if I kind of fall behind in my word count or something comes up during the week, then I'll go to the coffee shop and write for about 4 hours.
Gotcha. Now, is this a long novel or short one? What?
This one is so far, I'm at about 70. The one that I'm writing now, or this one that's out now?
The, the one that's out now.
The one that's out now, The Trouble with Empaths, is 80, I think it's 80,000 words.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you completed that in 4 months. That's not bad.
Most of my books are between 75 and 85,000 usually. Sometimes 90, but usually between 75 and 85.
Wow. Wow. Well, I'm going to bring Lorraine in here and Ava. So maybe they can ask you some questions there and go from there. How do you feel about that?
Sounds good.
All right. Lorraine, you there?
There, before Elke, before you popped in, I was telling everybody, how, you ran K Writers back there and you were the one that got me started in my writing career. And, we would meet at Books and Books and it was amazing. I really have great memories of those days.
Yeah, so do I. And I did hear some of it.
And I was a beta reader for, I read Trouble with Soulmates, and I read Trouble with Empaths. And what I really liked, when people have different gifts, sometimes it's, you know, even though you're drawn to each other, it's hard. You have that push and pull. And she had that in the story. And there was some family problems too. There was some angst with family members. Well, one family in particular didn't want to see them get together. So, you had your conflict there. And she did very well. And you kept wondering, okay, is Connor and Reagan, are they going to get really get together? They would. So she had that push and pull. So it was really a well developed story.
Oh, thank you so
Interesting.
much, hon.
Oh, you're welcome, Elkie.
What say you, Ava?
Well, I've had the pleasure of hosting LK in the past on as a guest author on the blog, and in fact, Elke has got another blog spot booked with me. That's coming up. I can't remember exactly when it is, Elke. Can you?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at my calendar here. I believe it's April 20. Let's see. Yeah, April 26th.
Right. Okay. So, yes, I've got both your books on my to be read list, and which is quite lengthy at the minute, so
Oh,
it
I
might take me a while to get round to. But I was drawn particularly to The Trouble with Empaths, because, like Lorraine, I'm an empath as well.
Ah, I forgot about
So,
I thought it was a different title you guys had. One was an empath and the other one was something else. I couldn't remember what it was.
well,
Like
we're both empaths, but I'm a medium as well.
medium. There you go. Yes, that's what threw me off.
Yeah, I
Gotcha.
think
Okay.
one of the
Yeah,
interesting things when I was doing research about empaths was really how much more broad the term is, and how not all empaths are the same. Some of them have different levels of gifts, which I thought was really,
yeah.
really fascinating. And I wish I thought about sort of incorporating some of it into the story, but because the other book was already out and didn't really dive too deeply, I thought it might be a little bit too heavy. But it did inspire me to include those elements, different elements of empaths and the gifts that come with being an empath into a new series that I'm going to be writing. So I'm excited about that because it was really, really interesting what came up when I did my research.
I
So how much
don't think.
research did you do regarding the topic?
I actually didn't do as much as I would have liked, to be honest, and I think that's because the that Connor had was sort of very surface level, only because his family didn't really understand or accept his gift. They kind of sort of saw it more of a curse than really a blessing, and
It can be.
yeah, it can be, yeah. And so I think he just sort of hit it to the point where his gift was very surface level, and so he didn't really sort of try to expand and grow as an empath because he didn't really have that much support. I mean, he did a little bit grow a little bit in the book, obviously, but not to the depth that it could have. So, and I explore it a little bit more in the book that I'm writing now. This one is the sort of sets the foundation for the new series, and it just really. I still have a little bit more research to do to make sure that I get it right, but I'm really excited because the main character in that, she's not exactly a medium. She's a psychologist, but she incorporates her gifts, which is of being an empath, as well as she does channeling as well too, and a few other little things. So I kind of start to dive a little bit deeper with that in the third book. So that's been fun to explore.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm a Reiki master as well, Elke, and I often find that when I'm doing Reiki on somebody, that I then start bringing some of their relatives through. Not
Mm,
Wow.
intentional, but
right, right.
yeah,
Oh, that's interesting. Because I
Huh.
have had a couple of Reiki readings, but they were more sort of identifying sort of areas and blocks within my body because I wanted to have the experience to see what it was like so that I could describe it in the book as well.
uh-huh,
Just to do a Reiki reading, but it ended up being I was going to be planned to do a Reiki reading, but it ended up being a channeling instead. So it's interesting that you
right,
said that because that wasn't my experience. But I did hear a podcast of somebody who was a medium and a challenger, and the way that she described it was really, really fascinating. In the same way you did, where people sort of show up when she's uh, doing like a healing session.
yeah, exactly.
Fascinating.
It doesn't happen with everybody,
Yeah.
um, but just every now and again, you will get somebody come through from spirit.
Huh.
Well, you
And
know what?
that's interesting.
Eva, you know what? I'm gonna make sure I don't sit around with you because I don't want anybody coming. I don't want anybody coming from the past. I wanted to chat.
Oh, I love it when my relatives come through. I love that.
Yeah, they might not have
Yeah,
nothing good
it's
to say. You
fabulous.
know what I mean?
Well, I think they don't. Well, at least with me, they don't come through in the sense like where they show up physically. For me, it's more just sensing. I don't know about you, Lorraine, but I know some. I know people who actually have people in my family that actually see dead
Hmm.
relatives.
Yes, I believe it. I
Yeah,
believe
Yes,
it.
and that's
I
just
have done.
I don't see anybody, but I do sense and feel when they're there. Like a song will come on, and I can feel
Hmm.
that they're there. But I've never seen anybody.
I've seen them, Elke. Sometimes I just sense them
Yeah,
and hear them as well. But every now and um, again, it's not all the time,
right.
but it's quite rare actually to see them. But um, I'm not saying very, very rare. Um, but more often than not, I don't see them. But I have done.
Yeah,
I have done.
yeah. It's. I think it's interesting. And I didn't realize how unusual and how common, which I know sounds like a contradiction, but like there's so many people in my family that sort of have unusual quote unquote gifts like that or things that they experience that one, but on the flip side, that it just, I don't even think that it's that unusual except
Uh
for when I'm talking to, different people and then I kind of mention it and they're looking at me like, what?
huh.
It's a
Well,
weird, it's a weird thing.
well, we regard it as the clairs. So you've got clairvoyant, where you see the spirit, clairaudient, when you hear them, and clairsentient, when you're feeling those senses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And the senses uh, can be quite a little bit, I wouldn't say traumatic, because no, what's the word I'm looking for? There
Overwhelming?
can be, it can be at times, because sometimes when somebody from spirit is trying to give you evidence, they will quite frequently send you some strange feelings, like if somebody's died of a heart attack, you
hmm,
start feeling as if you've got a pain in your heart. You haven't, it's just what they're sending you.
Yeah.
And
hmm,
yeah, no, I won't mention it. I've all I will say is that um, I once brought through a young man who had taken his own life,
Mm.
oh,
Ouch.
and yeah, and I am not kidding you. What I felt, what he sent me, and this was evidence of to his mother, that who was my sitter. It was evidence that it was him, by
Yeah.
demonstrating to me how he'd passed.
Right.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah,
yeah.
I won't go into detail because it was not nice.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Oh.
Yeah.
So, Elke, did any of these senses enhance while you're writing the book? Did you have these feelings as you're writing the book?
In a way, yes. I sort of had to quote unquote get into the character to sort of make sure that as I was writing it, I really dove into how what they were thinking and feeling within that scene. So I would say in a way, yes, for sure. I do that normally with characters anyway. I find it helps me to sort of see through their eyes and make sure that I'm writing as them and it's not just me typing away.
Right, right. It's interesting. You said that some of your family members have these this special thing that you guys got. Now, what did they think of the story as you were writing it?
Oh, I don't know if they've read any of my books, to be honest. I have no clue.
Ah,
No clue. We're not that
ah,
close. Let's put it that way. It's kind of a strange family dynamic.
gotcha, gotcha. So how much coaching did you have from Lorraine since she does this, she has this gift?
Actually, I didn't have any coaching from Lorraine. If I had known she was an empath, but she did give me some feedback on the book, so that was helpful.
Ah, so she
Well,
kept
you
it
got
hush.
she got
She
all the
kept
traits right. Yeah, and okay, I gotta say, I am so impressed. You put this book out, and then you're researching, you're delving into further empaths, which I think is awesome. And have you come across the dark empath?
I haven't. I when I was doing the research, it kind of popped up, and I thought, "Ooh, that sounds
Mhm.
interesting."
Oh boy.
Yeah, I haven't really I have not delved into it. I'll be very, very honest, but it did give me an idea for a character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm not sure if I'm getting it right. They're sort of a foundational character for a new series, and he's going to have his own book. But I got to do a little bit more research to make sure. Right now, I'm just sort of hinting at something, and his gift and the challenges that he's having with that gift, and that's kind of how he's in the book. So I don't really dive too deeply into it. And then my main character, who's a sociologist slash, uh, I don't think medium is the right term, but I guess in a way it is. She is sort of helping, or trying to help. But like I said, I don't dive too deep, but I am interested in getting into doing some research for that. And another thing too that I stumbled upon recently, when I was on another podcast, and somebody recommended this podcast to me, and it blew my mind. Like, one of the guests on the show, he talks about how when he dreams, it's like he's seeing past lives, and he really talks about opening up and exploring. And the person who's on the show is somebody who dives into past lives and just sort of. I won't go into too much detail because I'll hijack the show because it's so much information. But it was a really fascinating. Just wrote a book, and I've actually got the book. I need to read it, where he dives into his experiences as a kid, and even like from a really young age, he sort of was able to hear uh, dead people, and then it just shows that after he dove into his past lives, it opened up a whole other world, and I was like, ooh. So that is definitely something I'm going to be incorporating into my books, the new series, in one way or another.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool, Elkie.
Yeah, yeah, it's really,
That
really,
is very cool.
I love
yeah.
it.
So, Elke, what was the most surprising thing you learned when you were creating or writing this book?
I think the most interesting thing was the direction that the characters went. As I said, they were characters in the original story that I wrote, secondary characters. But I think as I was writing their stories, it was interesting to see that they were uh, quite different from how they were in the first book, and that was kind of a surprise because I was like, I thought I knew them, I knew everything about these characters, and then as I kind of dove into them, it was like, nope, that's not us, this is us, and it really had me peel back the layers. So that was surprising and worked out for the best. So
Interesting. Lala or Eva, you got a question?
Well, I was going to ask Elke. I remember we used to meet in coffee shops sometimes, and talk about the books and things like that. And you mentioned now that you still are going. And do you prefer that kind of environment, or when you're writing, do you have to have like complete solitude?
um, I wish I could say yes, but that's not possible when you live in a house with other people.
Right.
And when you go to the coffee shop, it's not solitude. I think it
Right.
depends. I try to work from home as much as possible because, I want to make sure that writing daily is a good, strong habit. But whether I'm writing a book or not, but at the same time, I when I find that it's easier for me to write for longer than an hour at a coffee shop rather than at home. It's too easy to get distracted at home, whereas when I go to the coffee shop, headphones on, my focus music,
Right.
yeah, I can plug out 4 hours, no problem. If I'm at home, I
4 hours.
struggle after an hour. Yeah, 90
Wow.
minutes
Uh,
is kind of my max.
I know there's other tempting things at home like laundry and cleaning.
Yeah, they are a very unfortunate distraction.
Yeah, unfortunate. Yes.
All it takes is for Bernie Lee, my dog, just to give me a look, and that's it. I'm distracted.
Aw.
Oh, yeah, my cats give
Oh,
me the
bless.
old, are you going to come play with me?
Yeah, you're like, what are you
I
doing?
can relate.
Take me out. Yeah, that's interesting. So, did you intend to write 80,000 words, or it just happened?
I usually aim for 85.
Wow.
Um, as a
Wow.
so that I like to have a word count goal to hit. Um, I know that doesn't always work for everybody, but that works really well for me. So if I say, okay, the book is going to be 85,000 words, how many words do I have to write a day if I want to finish the book within a specific time frame? And that's kind of how I gauge it. And that really helps me. If I'm finding that I'm close to the end of the story and I'm nowhere near 85, I might drop it down to 75 and then recalculate and then do it that way. I have an app on my phone actually that allows me to do that. So, and
Oh,
track it.
that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, but that works really well for me. I know other authors prefer to write chapters as a goal or, 500 words or write for an hour. It, I always say you have to find what works for you.
Right.
Crikey.
Yeah.
I think maybe I've got too much to say or my characters have too much to say. My trilogy, each book of the trilogy was between 90 and 100,000 words.
Yeah, they were hefty. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, and I know, I mean, depending on what you write, that's a normal range. I have writers in that I'm part of a writing group now that I absolutely love, and there's a couple of fantasy authors in there, and they easily
Oh,
write up to 120,
oh
130,000.
my.
I know
Wow.
one guy, he's
Wow.
retired, and he literally will spend all day, like 8 to 12 hours, sitting down and writing the whole time. And I'm like,
Oh
there's
my
no
Lord.
way.
I
He's like,
could never do
there's no
that.
way.
I definitely can't do that.
I
That's
don't
for
have the attention span.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, I can
yeah.
four
Forget
hours
about
I
it.
can squeeze. That's my absolute, and even that is a stretch.
So,
Wow.
Elke, you hear from readers much?
I think most of the readers that I hear from are people in Cayman, to be honest. I still get messages from them.
Aw.
But as far as, and Lorraine, obviously, but no, not really. I wish I did. Well, otherwise, only reviews, obviously. But yeah, it would be nice if I did. But
So, how many beta readers did you have? Read
this
your book.
last time, I think I normally only have 2 to 3. I think this last time I had 5.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
were they all in agreement?
There were actually, Lorraine, I'm trying to remember if you got the first draft or the second draft. I can't
I don't.
remember.
I think I got the last one
Got
or
the
the
last
second one.
Yeah, I think you did because the first one that I did, it was a lot. When I sent it to my beta readers, it was a lot
Mhm.
more raw than what
Okay.
I normally send out. So I got a lot of more feedback than I usually do.
Yeah,
But
the
then
one
also
the
like,
one that you sent me was like it was perfect. I mean, it was formatted. It flowed. I didn't see any plot holes because I sent you the notes and I said it's. I don't see. It was
yeah.
perfect.
So I think you definitely got the second round
I
then.
did.
You did.
Interesting. Did you do an outline first before you start writing?
Oh yeah, I always use an outline.
Yeah, Elke's an outline girl.
Yeah. I mean, I don't always have a fully flushed out one, but I at least have a little bit of information before I start to write.
See, I just can't do that. I can't do that. Ava, you do that?
Yes, I'm here.
Yep.
Do you write outlines?
Do I what? Sorry.
Outlines. Do you do outlines before you begin to write your stories?
No, not really. I'm a bit of a pantser. Um, Obviously, I've got the full idea of how I want to start it, how I want to, the things going on in the middle, and how I want the story to end. But it doesn't always end up the way I originally thought out. Because sometimes my characters take me in different directions.
Yeah,
But no, I'm not an outliner.
gotcha. So, Elke, which part of the books give you the hardest time, the most difficult time?
Oh,
The
always the
beginning, the
middle.
middle, or the end?
Always the middle for me. Oh,
Yeah.
I always get stuck there. It takes me forever to get out.
Takes you forever to get out.
It does. It feels like it anyway. Always the
Do
middle.
you prefer to write from the end and then backwards, or what? Like some other authors do.
Um, I used to sort of write beginning, end, and middle, but I found it really made it difficult to sort of tie the scenes together, and it required a lot of editing. So that's when I kind of started outlining more and sort of having, this is where, I am, and this is where I kind of see the story going, and these are the bits in the middle. And I try to write from beginning to the end. Now,
Ah,
I find it makes the editing process for me a hell of a lot better than jumping around.
gotcha. Gotcha. So, who did your editing?
I have two editors, one that I've had for forever. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Oh my gosh. And one of them is a new one that was
Oh,
recommended by my regular editor. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I can't remember the name. It just popped right out of my head. Faith, I think it's Faith Williams. Yeah, Faith Williams. She has a company name, but I can't think what it is off the top of my head. But yeah, she's
yeah.
great.
I think I remember you said that you always do use two editors.
Yeah, I always do.
Hmm.
Why
It's
two editors?
um they're doing two different things. One is a copy editor and one is a proofreader.
Ah, that's
So two
interesting.
different types of. I would love to be able to hire a developmental editor, but they're very expensive. So
Oh Lord,
on
yes.
my radar, I
So,
have a
Ava,
couple.
Lorraine, you follow that principle too?
Oh, I usually use one that does, the copy and the proofing, but the developmental, like, that's very expensive. So I just usually get one editor and then she'll do the proofing and the copy editing.
What about you, Ava?
Just one, Michael.
Yeah.
But I do, I mean, before I send it to an editor, I go through it myself probably 2 or 3 times and do editing.
Interesting. So, Elke, do you have suggestions for anyone who's trying to write books, novels like you do? With that many words. You have any suggestions for them to help them improve on their writing?
I would say read read a lot of the genre that you want to write. Um, that's one thing, or just read a lot in general. But if you're wanting to write in that genre, I would recommend reading in that genre and just really studying how they build out their stories, how they build out their characters, how the story flows or the books flows from, beginning to end. I think that is the first thing. The next thing is read a crap load of craft books.
Yes,
Oh, crap.
That
I
like you
agree.
can take. I took a lot of online classes as well too, if you can afford them. Some you can get some really affordable versus really expensive. It just depends on what you're looking for. And then I would say, I think that's probably the top three for sure. And then
Gotcha.
get feedback from people that are going to give you real feedback and not necessarily, friends and family that are going to say, "Oh, this is wonderful," when in fact that's not the kind of feedback you're looking for. Not to say that it won't be wonderful, but when you're first starting out, especially if you're struggling to expand your story, I would definitely recommend critique groups that will give you, boy, brutal food feedback.
Very brutal.
That'll help you build up that thick skin as well too, because man, I
Don't
would
forget to put the
need,
ego aside. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you're gonna need that. Trust me, my skin got filleted when I did online
Oh,
with feedback from 25 people. Man, that was like
So
I
I
spent
know I've asked you
years.
this question before, but I'm asking again. What would you say is your most interesting writing quirk?
My most interesting writing work. Interesting or
Quirk,
favorite?
quirk, quirk. Quirk. Quirk.
Oh, quirk.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I would have to say, hmm, you probably asked me that before, but I can't remember how I answered. Writing
Help her, Lorraine. Help her.
well, I mean, I know what my quirk is. I mean, when I'm writing, I have to listen to the right music that fits the scene. So I keep going and changing my playlist. That's my quirk.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Mine is kind of similar what was floating around in my head in the sense that when I am writing, I like to have music. Like it cannot be silence. I have to
There
have
you go.
Okay.
noise.
Right.
There
When
you
I'm
go.
editing, I need quiet, obviously. But when
Yes.
I'm writing, I need to have some kind of music or noise, usually focus music or salsa, or as Lorraine said, something that kind of fits the theme
Right.
that I'm writing or the scene that I'm writing. So I guess that's probably would be my quirk.
Perfect. All right. Cool. So, any final questions, guys, before we get out of here?
Well, I know Elke's written a lot of books, and I'm going to go back to, what, one of my favorites, Elke, is For the Love of Jazz.
Yeah, that's a lot of people's favorite.
I know.
Yeah.
Loved it.
I just love the characters. They're
I
so,
know.
yeah, they really are. They're still my favorite. And it's one of those things where it's your first book and your first love, so to
Right.
speak. Yeah. So I still think
So,
about
okay, you have any shows coming up? Any writing? Any signing shows or anything?
I actually have an event this weekend. It's at the Clearwater Book Fair, which is at the Clearwater Museum. So I am going to be there from 10 until 2. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Well,
Yeah, I've been there. That's cool.
congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I've been in that area. It's pretty
Who
cool.
knows? I may stop by if I get a minute. I'm prepping for company to come, so I've been cleaning and getting, but I may pop by, Elke.
Oh, I would love to see you. We still haven't gotten together. We keep
Yeah, I
trying.
know. We keep
We're like
trying. We have
passing
to,
in
for
the night.
sure. For
Hey,
sure.
make sure you guys send some photos, huh?
Oh
Of
yeah,
course.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ava, you got any question? Final question?
No, going back to writing quirks. I don't know if you've got this saying in the United States, but a lot of British authors go by the saying of write drunk, edit sober.
Oh yeah, Hemingway.
I
Definitely.
have heard that.
Right, drunk and it's sober.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I
I
love
can't write.
it.
So,
I definitely cannot write drunk.
Yeah.
I just don't
I
know.
don't even drink, so that won't work for me.
I'm loaded with coffee. Does that count? Does that count? Loaded with coffee? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely always loaded with coffee or tea.
Yeah, mine's tea. Mine is tea.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Well,
So,
I
okay,
I
if
used to
folks
drink.
sorry, go ahead,
Sorry,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I used to drink, but these days I'm on medication, so I can't. I
She's on
can't
No,
drink.
don't go mixing that. We need you
Yeah,
well,
don't you
Eva.
do that. Don't
We
drink
need
and
you
drive.
well.
Don't drink and drive. Elke, if folks wanted to find you, where can they find you?
They can find me. My website is a little bit in flux right now, but I've kind of tweaked it so that it's not a dumpster fire like it was before. But they can find me at www.elkefeuer.com. I'm also all my books right now are on Amazon, so I have an Amazon author page. If you go there, Elke Feuer, you will find me and all my books.
Interesting. Now, are any of them in Audible audio?
Yes, I have one, two, I believe three books in Audible.
Wow. Now, is it from the
Great.
same person or what?
Actually, I explored using the digital voice option that Amazon was offering.
Ah, I didn't know
Kind of
that.
tried it out to see what it was like and if I liked it and all that. I'm not 100%. I mean, it's decent. Don't get me wrong,
Hmm.
but it it's not my preferred option, to be honest. And I
I
like
didn't
I
know
said,
that. I didn't know they had that option. I had no
yeah,
Yeah,
idea.
they do. They do.
it
Yeah, I don't know
requires a
how to
lot
do
more
it.
editing than I anticipated. I'm still working through it. I didn't realize it until after the fact.
Uh,
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
obviously.
I think I heard you mention you're writing another book. I want to tell the audience, not too
Yep,
much, but
yep, I'm writing book three in the same series. It's the third and final book, and it's called The Trouble with Healers.
ooh.
And I am
Oh,
probably about 95% done, so I'm excited to
wow.
finish that up. Yeah,
Very impressive, Elke. Very
yeah,
impressive.
Oh, that could be another guest author slot coming up as
There
well,
you
then,
go.
Elkie.
absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Now, is it taking you as long as it took the other book, for you to write the other book?
no, it did not. It was a lot faster, and I think it's because I had a clearer idea of what was going to happen. I'm just struggling with the end, but the beginning
Gotcha.
of
Now, we're looking at 80,000 words, right?
Wow.
yeah, I'm at about. I think this one might reach 85. I'm at about
Wow,
73. I'm at about
man.
73 now, and
Awesome.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to have a chat so you can tell me how to do that because I'm having a hard time.
How many
I,
books do you
I
need
was
to write?
excited today. I think I told Lorraine today that
Yes, he
the first
did.
time in 2.5 years I wrote over 1,000 words under an hour. For me, that's
Oh,
that's a miracle.
And
wow,
that's
that's
great,
awesome.
Michael. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a long time. I don't know what was wrong with me. Maybe I put too much sugar in the coffee. I don't
No.
know. I don't know. Anyway, Elke, it's been awesome, and I definitely would like to bring you back so you can talk about your next project.
Yeah, absolutely. My book is scheduled to come out in September, the last book, so I will reach out.
Sounds good to me, and I'll have my ladies here, Lorraine and Ava, to chat along, and we can learn more.
Elke,
Sounds great.
you are fantastic, and congratulations on the new release.
Oh, thank you
Yes,
kindly.
congratulations, Elkie.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, congrats. That sounds like awesome work. And I'm gonna give you making sure I'll send you this recording so you can share it with your friends, family, and everybody else.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you again. You have an awesome evening over there. You're in Clearwater now, right?
No, actually, I'm in Lutz, is
Lutz.
where
Yeah, I
I'm
know
at,
that. I
or
know that.
Lutz. I'm always
Lutz. Yeah,
mispronouncing.
Lutz. Yeah. Lutz, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yep.
Yep. Yep. I know where that's at. Yeah, that's cool. Are you getting the allergies like Lorraine is?
Oh boy, am I ever. Today's the
Oh.
first somewhat clear day that I've had.
Yeah, it's awful. I told Lorraine I lived there almost 21 years, and it was just almost every day. It was like, ugh, it
I
was just
know.
a mess. It was a mess. Well, anyway, thank you again, Elke. It
Bye,
was awesome.
everyone.
I really
Good
enjoyed it.
show. Bye, Elke. Bye,
Bye.
Eva.
Thank you
Bye,
so
Bye,
much.
Michael.
Eva.
Night,
Bye,
night.
Elkie. Bye.
Ciao.
Bye,
Bye.
Lorraine. Bye,
Ciao.
Michael.
Okay,
All
Ciao.
right,
bye.
guys. Wow, great show. Great show. They were awesome. Elke Feuer O'Donnell. She was awesome. Really enjoyed what she had to say about her work. And it was nice to have Eva Bielby and Lorraine Carey to join along. And they had some great questions. It was pretty cool. Empaths. Yeah, I know that Lorraine and Ava have talked about it, and it's amazing how they're different different kinds, different. They have different, different abilities. Each one. It's very interesting. But yeah, I don't know about having especially Ava. Having her chat with me. Bring some creepy. Bring some ghosts along or something like. No, 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 no. Keep them at bay. Keep them at bay. Anyway, it was an awesome show. They were great. Again, author Elke O'Donnell, the author of The Trouble with Empaths. Check her out. Check her out on Amazon and check out her website that she provided. She's awesome. Wow, 80,000 words. I just can't do it. 80, 85. That's a lot of words, but you gotta have a special skill. She's pretty good. She's been doing it a long time. So anyway, thank you, Elke O'Donnell, for coming in. Thank you, Lorraine Carey, and thanks, Eva Bielby, all the way from the UK. You guys were great. It was a great show. Anyway, I got a show next week, next Tuesday, and I look forward to having that show and having you guys out there listening in. And maybe you want to join in, call on in and that maybe ask questions, guys. I look forward to that. Anyway, you know what I say. Have a great evening and don't forget your coffee. Have a good one.